Hello, welcome back to We Know Anime. Today, Azur from our channel will talk about a female character who I think you may not really like, Annie Leonhart. I guess you already know from the title. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I already anticipated that a hell lot of fans of Attack on Titan would come here and express their not-so-favourable opinion about Annie Leonhart. Oh, come on, let me justify myself. Guys, actually, this girl is my favorite character, but I swear this is definitely not a video to flatter her in a nonsense and ridiculous way. Okay guys, let's sit down, have some tea and explore about this selfish yet kind girl, as I write in the title. So, before I start my rant now, I'll go over a bit about her background. Well, first thing first, she has a traumatic past and a lonely, deprived childhood, which destroyed a person mentally and probably physically too. Even though such things aren't new to almost every character in such a cruel world like Attack on Titans, they count for some point. As were revealed in chapter 125. If you guys don't remember, Annie Leonhart was dumped by her biological mother almost as soon as she was born into the world. Heck, how could a mother be cruel and heartless like that? Anyway, it's still not the end of the world since she was adopted by a foreign man who also had Indian blood running in his veins. You think she would have a better life then? No, that man only saw her as a useful tool for him to become a so-called honorary Maryland for her own sake. In his eyes, her only value resided in whether or not she could become a warrior, whose only purpose was to kill and kill. So the day of full-time training, kicking the wooden column like hell of a fucking idiot, began. Even before she was old enough to understand what was going on around her, she had to go through rigorous training all day long, practicing the kicks so many times that her feet got swollen. Heck, if I were her, I wouldn't be able to stand that even for a single day. Okay, let's move on to the next point. What do you think about Annie's personality? If you ask me, I would describe Annie Leonhart as apathetic and ruthless as if she had no heart. Yeah, I won't deny it. Because of the harsh upbringing she experienced throughout her childhood, Annie didn't give a single shit about anyone nor anything in the world whatsoever. Be it how many people of which country lived or died, it didn't matter to her at the very least. The same went for her own life. To her, the concept of life was so absolutely not something she would find any value in. Or to put it simply, she found it meaningless. It's not surprising she felt that way, considering all of the things she would suffer at a very young age. About her being ruthless, I guess you guys have a lot of examples to prove just how cruel and callous she is. Didn't rigorous training her adoptive father provided, she had to endure all the ache and pain from her wounds and the process until they lost star. She got back at him for all things he made her endure all the time by beating his leg so brutally that he could no longer walk straight again. Yeah, I have to say that she is hella barbarous. But that's just a minor example of how cold-blooded she is. You guys remember the time when she killed the Soviet Corps member on the missions of protecting Aaron? Yep, I have to emphasize that she killed all of them, with no mercy at all. I bet you guys still remember the horrible scenes when she spun around an unfortunate Soviet Corps soldier until he was dead. To be honest, I got goosebumps when I watched that scene as well. True, a hell lot of soldiers died at the hands of Annie, but I guess the death of Petrol is one of which the majority of the fandom cannot get over. If you don't remember, Petra is a short, orange-haired girl who has a crush on Levi Ackerman. I've seen a large number of readers of this manga ranting and raving about Annie Leonhart over the death of that girl. Like, don't tell me that you guys expect Annie to put her hands up or surrender and say something like, okay, just go ahead and use that sharp blade of yours to cut into my nape and I won't fight back. Seriously, I think there's nothing wrong with her killing this unfortunate soldier, though I must admit her brutal way of killing. Anyway, the act of killing is rather common in such a cruel world like Attack on Titan, isn't it? Maybe talking about her ruthlessness that much isn't enough. In addition to being merciless, Annie Leonhart is selfish as well. Now, let's look back onto her tragic past which I mentioned earlier. Even when she had beaten the man whom she called father to the point of being crippled for life, she remained apathetic then. However, on that fateful day when she was setting off to Paradise Island together with her comrades to capture the founding Titan, her adopted father did the most unexpected thing. He knelt before her, apologizing as he begged her to come back. Personally, I think this deeply moved her and truly touched her heart. At that moment, Annie realized that he truly considered her his daughter and that she still has someone waiting for her to come home. I guess she wouldn't find life meaningless anymore, huh? Since then, Annie became a truly selfish person. Literally, she was willing to do every fucking thing and went to great lengths to achieve her objective, that is to say, to reunite with her father. You guys can see she wanted to return so bad that she mercilessly hit Ryder and Braun for letting Marcel Grella die while they'd have just set off. Honestly, I feel bad for Reiner, the one who got beaten the most throughout the series. In order to complete the long mission and return home, she was prepared to stain her own hands with blood with no hesitation, as you guys can see how savagely she killed people, which I just mentioned before. It's fair to say that she never gave a damn about such great things like saving the world like Rennie Braun, doing for the sake of his family like Berthold Hoover, nor for honor and praise like the Garliot brothers. All the nasty and disgusting things she did was for herself to come back and reunite with her dearly father. She even stated clearly in chapter 125 that if it meant returning to her father, she would be ready to commit irredeemable sins all over again. Anyway, I think it's only human nature to do every damn thing to be the bad side of the people we hold dear and cherish. Yeah, Annie Leonhart is a hella cruel and selfish. What a despicable girl with nothing but bad qualities, you may think, but we can tell with confidence that deep down she's truly kind and hard. Despite Annie's usually cold and calm demeanor, she is capable of expressing her feelings in various ways. At the time she does lose her composure, she usually reacts with violence. She beats up Reiner Braun for his cowardice after Marcel was eating and for trying to manipulate her to continue a mission that had, in her view, already failed. Also, while exhausted by her spy work and constantly avoiding hand-to-hand combat training, Annie is angry when he pushes her to take the training seriously, to the point she uses her fighting style on him, despite his protests and her already having demonstrated it on Eren at Reiner's bidding. When outwardly callous, Annie has expressed level of guilt and shock, most notably when apologizing to a certain corpse after the Battle of Trost and when Ron emotionally manipulated her to help him kill Marco. Now, let's have a flashback at when she was capturing Eren Eager. I'm not telling you guys to recall the horrible killing scene though. It's when Annie was holding Eren in her mouth, running like hell in her Titan form and then lost Eren to Makasa and Levi Ackerman. It's an epic battle, right? But if you look closely, you will find there were tears streaming down her face. Some of you may think there are crocodile tears, but I think she had a good reason here. Maybe she simply didn't want to kill any of the soldiers, and losing Eren meant she had no chance of returning home. This is the very detail I think many of you tend to miss. Honestly, I don't think she ever had the slightest desire to kill people. Anyway, no normal person wants to kill after all. Meanwhile, she could kill at the other Survey Corps member without a thought. She didn't want to kill her comrade. You guys remember when she discovered Armin Island during her search of Eren? At that point, she could have just squeezed him in her hands right away, and if so, her identity would have never found out. However, she didn't. Heck, I wonder how the story would have happened if it turned out to be that way. Besides, I guess many of you won't forget Marco Both's death. Yeah, it's Annie who removed his equipment, leading to his tragic death. However, initially she got all scared, panicked, and trembling as Reiner forced her to do the evil deed. In the end, she did it, but I think she painfully regretted it, even up to now. Perhaps she has no desire to kill people whatsoever. Perhaps, deep down in her heart, she is a kind girl. Honestly, I don't feel hate so much as pity for her. After escaping her confinements, Annie undergoes a significant change in character, becoming more open about working with her former friends to stop the ashes of Eren and the Egress. She also freely acknowledges to Hitch that she has committed unforgivable acts, something Annie normally would have kept to herself. That's it. I'm done with my rant now. And what about you? What do you think about Annie Leonhart? Please let me know by leaving the comments below. Thank you for watching to the end. If you like this video, press the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will see you next time.